Okay, so Jeanette's carrying on with the lagging, doing a nice job of that. What we've got to do now, we've run the system hot. We've sorted out a couple of leaks, especially that were on the old pump unions there, that we've reincorporated because we've kept the pump, because that was quite new. So for the benchmark certificate, obviously one of the things we have to do now is run cleaner. Okay, so we were using Acres Logic's super cleaner. We're going to run this around the pipe work that we've worked on, so we're dropping that into the low loss header now. And we're going to run this hot around the pipe work that we've worked on to clear out any flux that might be stuck to the insides of the pipes. So that's going in now. We'll now repressurise, fire the boilers up hot, and run that round the system for probably about an hour, half an hour, something like that. Just around this new pipework that we've done here. Okay, so we fitted new equipment onto an old system. This was a care home at one point, so we've got a large old system. So we fitted the Fernox TF1 filters, one on the return of each boiler, and we've been running it overnight, and it's about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon now, so we've been running for probably about 24 hours. So we're going to open these up now and see what is pulled out of the system. Okay, so we're going to isolate. The boiler's got a built-in bypass, so that's still running around its bypass. Let's get got a Fernox supply spanner to crack it open. When you do these up, you always do it by hand, but they seize up a bit, so just use the spanner to open it, just to crack it open like that. That's the cap off the bottom. You can see that one there. So look at that. So the cap, it's got a fitting on the end of it which you operate the valve with. So obviously we've valved off, we're now going to drain off the TF1. Okay, so that's draining. Put that somewhere safe. Okay, then we're going to draw this out and see what we've got in here. So in the middle we've got a large magnet, so any magnetic sludge will have been attracted to the middle of it. This is foaming up a bit because we've put the cleaner through it as well. And actually it's very good, there's not a lot in there at all, so they've got a really good system. So we just withdraw that magnet, and then we need a cloth. I'll get a cloth and we'll give that a wipe off. So we'll just do that now. So we're just going to clear all that off. So actually that's very good. Sometimes we'll do systems and the sludge literally will be out almost the full diameter of the filter itself. So then we pop the magnet back in. It's got a rubber seal on top. This is quite new, but when we service this in 12 months that'll probably have some scale on it. Being Andover, Hampshire, on the chalk beds, there's a lot of scale in the water. That's alright at the minute, just make sure that's seated correctly. Then wiggle that until it finds its right position. And then like we said, this knurled nut, you just go on hand tight. Just nip it like that. Okay, do the drain back up. And then carefully just open these up slowly. That's liven that up. We're circulating again. We just need to get the air out of the body of the filter. Squirt, Jeanette? That's great.
I can't believe
That's it. Job done. One Fernox filter cleaned out. Okay, so we've put the cleaner around the system, flushed all that out. What we're going to do now is put the inhibitor in. We're going to put 3 litres in because it's quite a large system. So quite literally, TF1s are cleaned, drain cocks closed, and then we're going to dose in 3 litres of inhibitor. And then we've just got benchmark certification to do. So we'll do that next. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do a combustion check on both boilers. So what we do is we've got hot water and a heating demand. So there's a large demand on the system. We need that because we're going to put the boilers into full load. So we're going to start with this one, both currently at 30 and 35 degrees. We're going to put it into chimney sweep mode, which basically puts it into full load. So we're going to hold those two in. Just get a shot of the screen. Yeah, there you go. So it's gone into chimney sweep mode. So that's full load. You can hear it's ramped up. So we've got the gas analyzer in. Gas analyzer sampling the flue gases, products of combustion. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, what Valent want, they want the CO2 to be between 7.6 and 10%. That's with the cover off, running at full load after 5 minutes. So, and the ratio as well. The ratio is the ratio of the CO2 and the carbon monoxide, and that's got to be below 0.0035. So we'll let that run for 5 minutes now, and then we'll come back to it and see what's happening. Okay, so we've been running this one on full load 5 minutes now. As you can see, we've got target temperature of 75. It'll be at full load. And it's still only at 55 because we've got a large demand on the system coming out of this low loss header.
Right.
And if you look at the gas analyzer, we've got 52 parts per million of carbon monoxide, and that's below the maximum of 250, well below. And the percentage of CO2, 8.4, is within that tolerance of 7.5% and 10%, so that's fine. And then the ratio is low as a result. Remember, that needed to be below 0.0035, it's 0.006, so that's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take that, no, we're going to leave that in chimney sweep mode. We're going to sample the air intake and just test the integrity of the flue for 5 minutes as well. And if there's any mixing, if that flue is not installed correctly, if there's any break in the flue, the products of combustion will be leaking into the air intake, and that will show on this. So those readings will drop off right down to fresh air levels, down to 0. And that's it. We can do exactly the same on that one.